Hello viewers, Will Underwood here from The Huddle with Alex Kozachenko, CEO of TurboStars. Alex, thanks for joining us today at SBC Lisbon. We're going to talk about a few things today. The first question I want to lead on is, what can you tell me about the increasing demand of tight turnarounds for operators in the modern industry and your experience with helping deliver that?
First of all, thank you for having me. Super nice. Right, quick turnaround. The biggest problem, or not the problem, but basically the demand in the industry right now, is pretty much something that's called time to revenue. Mm-hmm. So obviously, when people have the money and they want to launch a business, they don't really want to wait for an unknown period of time without really understanding what exactly they're waiting for. But what they want to achieve is they want to put their money on the table and they want to get the whole thing up and running as soon as possible. So what we did in Turbo is that we created technically a system that allows you to literally start your business in 24 hours. We did that on purpose because we knew that that's a very important part for the decision makers. And we, the whole team of Turbo, we used to be partially B2Cs. So we did also face these issues back in the times. And, we know that these are the pains that we need to solve. And so 24 hours, and that's something that we can offer.
Great, and I know that 2025 has been a big year for you guys here. So what can you tell me about your sort of growth over the course of this year? Give me sort of the highlights.
We grew. People-wise, I think the team almost doubled in a year. We are very positive, in our financial revenue streams. We have plans to conquer the world. That's always been like that and always will be. We have a lot of plans, to hit the market with an innovative product. That's something that we brought here, the new player platform with the new Sportsbook, everything, the way it's integrated and sort of changes around the players' behave. And that obviously has a very positive impact on the operators that are working with our B2B solution. And there is literally no stopping it. 2025 is not done yet. There is still another quarter, and there is still a lot to be delivered before Barcelona.
I know it's very common to consider the two sports and casino sectors sort of separate from each other, but do you find that there's a lot of benefit from also working with them sort of in tandem by merging those two things together? Do you find that benefits you guys here?
Well, yes, obviously yes, because I cannot really say that those are two very different categories. Whatever the player is mostly doing on the platform, if it's slots or it's a crash game or if it's sports betting, he came there for one reason. He wants to be entertained, because the industry, we should not forget that it's about entertainment. It's not about earning money. It's about entertainment, about making people happy, right? And if you keep that in mind, and you think of your gambler that came to your platform not as a revenue stream, but some entity that wants to get entertained, there are bits and pieces that you can make in terms of reintegrating your products in different ways, so that there are different triggers on different parts of your brand that allow you, to increase the cross-sell, increase lifetime value of players. And that's pretty much what we are here to present. We have delivered the platform, as I said, that literally changes the way that players behave. And in a way, you don't really care what sort of traffic you're going to use and if it's going to be sports or casino, because no matter where the player ends, he's always going to find something that he's going to be happy about.
Shifting focus slightly, everyone wants to talk about AI at the moment, of course. It's changing everything. How do you feel it sort of helps you enhance your profitability operations over the course of this year so far?
It definitely does, and it does from both perspectives, sales, revenues, and operations. We could put it as in two different AI groups. One of them is aimed at operations. So, for example, we have a bunch of mechanisms that allow an internal AI system to understand whether a player, for example, is a potential high-value player just in the moment that when he registered, Then there gets more and more data, with the first deposit, we understand what he is doing on the platform, and the prediction model that's based on the AI is even better. Now, obviously, that has a lot of impact on the operations, because when you know that you have a potential VIP instantly, now you can increase the bonuses, you can give much loyalty to him, you can have personalized support, so that has a huge influence. On the other hand, also from the operations side, we have something that we've developed, which is an AI assistant. Sometimes you don't have the time to wait. You need to, create a new, for example, bonus for a specific segment, and you need to do that right now because of whatever reasons. And sometimes you might forget how to do it, or there's some issues, and you want to fix that. You're going to go to the account managers or the support. Even how quick those people are, it's still going to need time, right? Because they need to come up with an answer. Our AI is aimed at, you ask it a question, it tells you the answer. It drives you through the whole process, and it helps you make the decision.
Yeah.
And but we're not done here, because this is the whole interesting part. We also have an AI aimed at the end user. Sportsbook wise and casino wise, we have an AI that understands player preferences. And when the player reaches the platform, even before he logs in, we already know some info about him that allow us to make the content more personalized. When he logs in, this personalization goes even deeper, because we already know, his preferences. So that literally creates a very tailored solution. So basically, all of this all together, it's a model based on different AIs and different aspects that allows you to create tailored solution for your players, helps you understand how potentially profitable they are, and it helps you come up with decisions and solutions how to work with them much faster, which is, again, that's time to revenue.
And a commonly cited sort of headache for operators now in the modern industry is integration queues. I imagine AI may be coming to this answer as well, but how does TurboStars kind of approach that challenge? How do you guys try and tackle that?
Again, we're 24 hours from zero to hero. So the concept of integration queues is not really something, that we have. Obviously, it might happen when we have a specific partner that wants something that has never been there, an integration of a new payment method, or you want, some sort of a new game provider that is not anywhere in the integrations. But that's never really a blocker, for operations. So I've never really heard of any integration queues with TurboStars.
Good stuff. And just to round out, what can you tell us going in nearly into Q4 soon? What can you tell us about what you've got coming around the corner through the rest of the year and into 2026?
Well, we're definitely pushing AI further. We believe that there are a lot of pieces of the product, especially communication with the end user, that AI can help a lot with. It can increase the speed of making decisions, and that can make life easier of operating teams, and at the same time is going to create more personalized effects towards the end user, right? That's the first part. And at the same time, there's a bunch of different mechanics in the world that we're all used to, TikTok, Instagram, Reels, whatever. And there's a bunch of products that we're planning to deliver until the end of the year. So meet us in Barcelona. You'll see that.
Sounds good. We'll see you there. Thanks for joining us today. Lovely to meet you.
Thank you for having me.